Hey friends, welcome back to another full day of eating. Today's episode is packed with flavor and practical tips to help you stay on track, even without tracking. I'm sharing a nut butter that literally tastes like a donut. I'm not even kidding. My new high protein iced coffee alternative and one of my favorite salmon bowl combos. You know I love a bowl. Plus, I'll give you my top tips for sticking to a meal plan without stressing over every macro. And stay tuned because you're going to have the opportunity to scan the QR code right on the screen and it will give you access to one of my personal meal plans instantly, totally free. Let's dive in. So I actually started my day with just an espresso shot today. We just restocked our Nespresso pod. So I had an espresso shot and a Bear Bell's protein bar. So I'm actually going to go ahead and now have my caffeinated protein drink since I just had a little bit of caffeine this morning. And lately I've been going for the matcha, you guys. Matcha has been like my go-to. So I'm going to go ahead and take my big old glass. You guys know I love this glass. And I'm going to fill it with some fat-free Fairlife milk. Let's see. We're going to go with 1 cup, so 240 mLs. I'm going to get, I did actually a little more, but like 13, 14 grams of protein just with that. We're going to do birthday cake matcha, iced matcha latte. We're going to use this 1UP Nutrition protein powder in the birthday cake flavor. And we're going to do 1 scoop. So good. I'm going to whisk that up so it's nice and well blended. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a cup of ice. I'll probably add more ice. Okay, I'm just going to fill. I love lots of ice, so I'm going to fill that up with ice. Then in this cup, I'm now going to do a teaspoon of matcha powder. That's a half measurement, so I'm going to do 2. This is the matcha powder that I'm using. I'm going to do a splash of water so I can whisk this up. So I just added a little splash of water and then a little, this is Carrie's sugar-free syrup. So maybe like a tablespoon worth of syrup. And that's gonna give me some sweetness in addition to the protein powder. And then I just take the whisk attachment for, oh, I hope I don't get that on my sweatshirt. I think I'm okay. Leave it to me to, you know, cause a little bit of mess. Whisk it up. Then we just add that to my little protein shake over here. And the best part, you guys, is the mix. Mixing it up. It's so good. Like my mouth is watering already. Birthday cake, protein matcha latte. This is packing like 40 grams of protein in it. You never taste anything better. I might be exaggerating, but I'm really not. You guys, it is so good. Like I find myself craving it. So this is one of my little protein combos. I've been loving doing these little combos because when I get my protein in at the beginning of the day, like this, and a big chunk of it out of the way, it opens up the opportunities for food the rest of the day. Like I'm not super like, oh my gosh, it doesn't have enough protein. It's too many calories. Plus, it keeps you super satiated, curbs your hunger. This would be great like a mid-morning, you know, like to push out your first meal of the day. Just have something like this, super easy and delicious. Now, I'm going to put the QR code up on the screen because I'm going to share some of my favorite combos that I've been liking because I have been liking doing this lately. So go ahead and scan the QR code, drop your email in, and you'll get it instantly. Just make sure that you add Jeanine at Jeanine Escobar to your contacts list so that it doesn't go to junk, and you'll get it instantly, all the recipes for that. And then you'll also be on my recipes newsletter, and I send out those periodically. So you can do that. Oh, the other thing is this protein powder is so good. Birthday Cake by One Up Nutrition, code Jeanine for a discount with One Up Nutrition. But this is one of my top favorites with them. The Birthday Cake, and then I like vanilla ice cream ISO, peanut butter cookie ISO, and then lemon Italian ice. Those are my top faves with One Up Nutrition. So it is a little bit later in the day for me, and I am ready to have a little, oh, that's so good, you guys, a little wrap along with my matcha. And I love to do these. These are like a go-to for me. Basically, I will take a Hero tortilla. These are the best macros and the best tasting. I will just leave it cold, like a cold wrap with some shredded kale. So the recipe is a protein, a green, a tortilla, a sauce. Whatever kind of I have going on at that time is what I'll put together. I have ranch dressing from Trader Joe's, which if you have not tried this, this is the best ranch dressing. It's so good. 70 calories for 2 tablespoons. I'll probably just use a tablespoon. Then a handful of shredded kale. And then these are from Kirkland. We always have these on hand. So this is a total make what you have quick wrap. And they are the chicken breast fillets. And I usually just take half a fillet. If I'm being honest, it's 240 calories. They're huge. I'll take half a fillet, cut that up, put ranch dressing, a little bit of greens, roll it in the wrap, and I'm good to go. So I threw the whole fillet into the air fryer, and I'll save half for tomorrow. So I always try to do that. I always try to like double up on what I'm making so that it makes the next day a little easier. So I'm gonna pop that out of the air fryer, and we're gonna put together a little wrap. All right, so while that's finishing up in the air fryer, I'm gonna go ahead and start to assemble. I've just got my tortilla. Just gonna put a handful of shredded kale. I love the shredded one. It's just a personal preference. And when it comes to greens, I love using lots of greens because then it's like a high volume meal. I love a high volume meal. And I love to use greens to do that. You get the micronutrients from it as well. It's just a good opportunity. Anytime you have the opportunity to throw like a handful of kale into something, kale, spinach, arugula, I highly recommend doing that. You're gonna get the micros, you're gonna get fiber, and you're just going to get more volume, which is always nice. It's gonna, aid digestion, all those things. So I've got my simple little wrap started. She's a big Bertha. I like her nice and toasty. I like it crunchy and toasty. And then when I reheat it tomorrow to have the other half, I'll throw it back in the air fryer and crunch it up even more because chicken can never be too crunchy in my opinion. Ooh. So I'm just going to put that on there. Now, ideally, I would have saved my matcha to go along with this, but I sucked that down. I was just like thirsty and hungry at the same time. So yeah, no matcha for me, just water and the last sips of my matcha. So there you have it. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut these, since I have the knife, the cutting board, save myself tomorrow. And then I've got these little containers from Crate and Barrel. It came in a 12 pack. I use them for, I wasn't sure what I was going to use them for. I thought I was just going to use them for yogurts and things like that. But I find myself reaching for them all the time because they're a really good size for leftovers. And it's a surprise, like, heavily used item in my kitchen. And it just, because it doesn't take up a lot of room in the fridge, and I really like it. So that'll be for tomorrow's wrap. There you have it. Delicious, easy, simple. Gonna suck back the rest of that, eat that, and I'll be back in a bit because we're gonna talk about how to stay on track with your nutrition without having to heavily track meticulously every day. I'm gonna give you all my tips, so stay tuned. I'm back, and that chicken ranch wrap was absolutely delicious. I actually haven't had it in a while. It used to be like my go-to for a while, and I forgot how much I loved it. It reminds me of those snack wraps at McDonald's. I think Taco Bell has them now too. Chick-fil-A might have them, I think, but obviously way better. The macros on just the wrap itself so the kale, the ranch, the tortilla. What did I figure it out to be? Is it 250 calories? It's like 250 calories, 25 grams of protein. So really great. And then my matcha was like 250 calories and 40 grams of protein. So I got like 65 grams of protein, 500 calories right there. Craziness, right? And speaking of which, I want to talk to you guys about how to make life easy so you're not like on this tracking app meticulously. You don't have to do that. If you have, like, you could do it a few different ways. And let me just preface this by saying, you can approach weight loss in so many different ways. I have so many clients, and every single one of my clients approaches it differently. We have them on a different method, a different routine, because a lot of it has to do with behaviors and a lot of that stuff. So if you get confused, like, oh, I heard this, I heard that, it doesn't mean everything you heard is not true. What you need to do is figure out which method is the best for you. So for today's video, the purpose of today is for those of you who don't want to walk around with your tracking app and scan and log every little thing that you eat. If you don't want to do that, what I would recommend, which is a method that I used for a very long time, is I just kind of plan out a meal plan that I like and eat that until I'm tired of it. So whether it's 2 days, 3 days, that's 2 or 3 days where all I got to do is eat exactly what I had decided I wanted to eat, and it's going to be the same macros, so I don't have to track it. So what you can do is either plan out the meal plan, or you can come up with like your 3 favorite meals and keep them all around the same calories. And that way you can mix and match. So say, for example, you have your 3 favorite dinners, 3 favorite lunches, 3 favorite breakfasts. Any given day, you can have any one of those. They mix and match perfectly together because they're all around the same calories and the same protein. You only have to worry about calories and protein. So whatever your calorie target is, which I don't know what your calorie target is. Obviously, many of you are watching this video. Everyone has different calorie targets. Hopefully you know what that is, or you can try different ones based on free calculators. I have a free calculator on my website. You can look down in the description. There's plenty on the internet. Play around with those. I do caution you not to go too low. Always start as high as possible and see if you can trigger weight loss at the highest amount of calories so that you don't kind of like bottom out before you lose all the weight that you want. But once you know what your calorie target is, break up those calories. So say your calorie target is 1,500. Break it up into 3 of your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or however many meals you like to eat a day. Divide those calories equally. So if you like to eat 3 meals a day, 500 calorie meals across the board, and then you're good. Or let's just say you always want to have that 100-calorie popcorn to end your day. Just lop off 100 calories right off the top, then divide the remaining calories by 3, create meals that fall into those guidelines, and you can mix and match every single day of the week. You don't have to eat the same thing every day. You can have variety. You don't have to use a tracking app. All you got to do is a little bit of planning up front. And this is what I do. And if you want, I can give you like a sample of what a meal plan would look like for me. One of my go-to meal plans that I'll dust off every once in a while and go, oh yeah, I loved that full day of eating. Let me go ahead and eat that. If you want that, scan the QR code up on the screen. I'll send it right over. You just drop your email address in there and just make sure Jeanine at JeanineEscobar.com is in your contacts list so that it doesn't go to junk. And I'll send you the email with a sample of literally one of my exact meal plans, because that's exactly what I like to do. I prefer mixing and matching meals, pre-planning my whole menu, and then not having to worry about tracking, because it just gets too tedious. And it also too much decision fatigue, information overload, because you're scanning things, you're deleting, they're not fitting, you're obsessing. I find that if you figure out a way to not be always in your tracking app, you're going to think less about food, you're going to obsess less about food, and you're going to just get more in tune with, are you actually hungry? Are you actually satisfied with that meal? Versus, did it fit? Do I have extra calories? Did I go over? So it's just a method. Now, mind you, app tracking is a great method for those people who enjoy app tracking. I have a tracking app for my clients. Many of my clients track, and they do amazing with tracking. I tracked for a really long time. So again, this is about finding what works for you, and then until it doesn't. When it stops working for you, you don't quit. You just figure out how do you pivot so that you can continue with your journey without getting burnt out. And so those are just kind of the things that I work with my clients. I do have my current Bold, Balanced, and Confident program registration currently open. So let's take a quick break before we get into that next meal. If you've been watching these videos and thinking, I need structure like this in my life, this is your chance. Registration is officially open for BBC 19. My signature 8-week program designed to help you look and feel your best in midlife with a balanced approach that actually fits your real life. We start August 11th and spots are limited. You'll get access to custom macros, my workout program, my tracking app, my menu database of all of my favorite meals. Everything you see here on YouTube is in that database. A private community, tons of support, and me and the coaching team as well. So if you're interested in joining us over in my Bold, Balanced, and Confident program, it is round 19. I cannot believe it. Just scan the QR code up on the screen or down in the description. You can find the link for registration as well. And I hope to see you inside there. It's a great group of women. We have the best time. And many, many, many of you in my BBC came right from here, from one of my YouTube videos. So it's basically my YouTube family that I get to communicate with over there. So I hope to see you in there. It is time for some dinner. And I'm going to prep the salmon first. We're going to have salmon bowls. I love salmon. Salmon is such a great source of healthy fats. Now, I will say I do like to get wild whenever possible. But if you're going to get farm raised, the ones from Trader Joe's are the best. The Norwegian farm raised are going to be the cleanest. So I do love these because they're so well prepared already. Skinless, boneless. They're just clean looking. All they had was the sockeye in wild, and I don't like the flavor of the sockeye, I'll be honest. And we know I have rules here. I have rules. My rules are I do not eat a single calorie of foods I do not love. And I stick by that. And that's what keeps me on track and keeps me just able to sustain a lean physique, even at 49 years old, in menopause, all the things. So that is very important. It is all about balance. I teach awareness, not deprivation. If you can get wild caught, that's going to be better for you. It's going to be lower in mercury. However, we're going to go with these today from Trader Joe's because these are tried and true. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up enough salmon for a few meals, because whenever I make my protein, I will make enough so that the subsequent days are much, much easier, much less kitchen time, even though the meal is not exactly the same. In fact, I will probably do like salmon tacos or maybe a different variation on a salmon bowl throughout the rest of the week. But for now, we are just prepping the salmon. So what I like to do is cube it. I cube my salmon. That's how I like to eat it, especially in bowls. And then I air fry it. I marinate it a little bit. Today, we're gonna go ahead and do some low sodium soy sauce. You can also do like coconut aminos. And then I'm also going to do some sugar-free maple syrup. You could also do honey, but if you're wanting to save on calories, sugar-free maple syrup gives it a delicious sweet taste. It gives it like a little caramelized crust without a lot of calories. I like the Carrie's syrup from, I get it at Target, and I just cut up the salmon with scissors. It just makes life easy. Little kitchen shears here. If I can use scissors in the kitchen, I'll use scissors over knives any day. So I'm just going to cube it, and then we're going to place it in a bowl, add in some seasonings, and then it's going to be ready to air fry. Like I said, I'm making enough. I'm making up all the salmon I have so that tomorrow we can just either make another bowl or make some salmon tacos. I did get a mango salsa that I don't think I'm going to use today in the bowls, but a mango salsa tastes really good when you make like fish tacos. And so maybe we're going to do some hard shell salmon fish tacos with some mango salsa tomorrow night. And if you remember, last week's theme was Mexican, and I do have some extra hard shells from last week that we didn't get through. So I tried to carry forward and get through it, because you have to be strategic when you are cooking for a household that is only 2 people. Now, it was funny because I was thinking about this, and I'm 49. And from the moment I moved out of my home, my parents' home when I was young, I moved out at 19, I think. I was married at 20. And then I had my son at 21. So starting from the age of 21, then I had my daughter at 25, I have always cooked for a household. Not only that, from right when we moved out, my husband at the time and we always had people at the house. So his sister came to live with us for a while, then his other sister came to live with us. So it was always a house full. And I would say that's been my biggest adjustment so far these last couple months. It's only been a couple of months since I've lived completely on my own. This is pretty much the first time in my entire life that I'm just living. Primarily, it's just Mike and I. We don't even, know many people here. So we don't have visitors or anything. So it's just him and I, literally. It's the first time in my entire life. So I came from a household full of people, and then I moved out, and then we had friends and such, and then kids. So that's been the biggest adjustment. Learning to be super strategic about your shopping, your planning, so that you're not wasteful, and that so, you're still on track. So twofold. All right, so I got myself a little bowl here, and I'm just going to dump my cubed salmon into the bowl. I've got some low sodium soy sauce that I haven't opened yet. All right, so first I'm just going to go ahead and throw some soy sauce in there. Just coat it nicely. We will do pink salt. some garlic powder. I put garlic powder on pretty much everything. And then some of the Carrie's maple syrup. Pretty generous with that. And then we're gonna just mix it up. The wooden spoon. I am definitely a clean as I go person, not a clean after it's all done. Sometimes I clean after it's all done when I'm filming, but like I am a clean as I go person. Are you a clean as you go, or do you make a huge mess, eat, and then clean? Curious. Mike for sure is a clean as he goes. Sometimes it drives me crazy because he'll serve dinner and he'll serve me and he won't come sit down and eat. So it's like I'm dying to eat, but I won't like dig in until he sits down. And sometimes I can't wait because he just takes too darn long. So that's it for that. That got kind of messy. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to make this right away. I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to put it in the fridge, cover it with some saran wrap, put it in the fridge, and then when we're close to ready to eat dinner, I'll pop it into the air fryer. So for you guys, it's going to be in like 2.5 seconds. All right, it is that time. We are going to put the salmon into the air fryer and get this dinner off and running. So I've got my salmon that has been in the fridge. Oh, see if I could do this without making a mess, because God, I am a messy person in the kitchen sometimes. Okay, so you want to just layer the salmon on the parchment. On a single layer. I might have to do a few batches to get this all done. And this will go in at 400 for 9 minutes. And then the last minute, I'll check on it and I might add like a drizzle of honey on the top at the end for a little crunch, unless it crunches on its own with the maple that's already on here. There's like a single layer here and here, but I'm just gonna do another round of it instead of overfilling it. I'm gonna pop these in the air fryer. What you didn't see me do is I just put a paper towel right over the top just to soak up some of the water. This helps it get a little crispier. I love these liners for the air fryer. It keeps the air fryer so clean. So I'm going to put the rest in another liner, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to double up on this liner because it's a little heavy. Just take a paper towel and pat it. This is going to increase the chance that you're going to get like a nice little crust on the salmon. Like I said, the last 2 minutes or so we can add a little more maple syrup or a little honey, just depending. All right, now we've got frozen edamame that I'm just gonna pop into the microwave for 5 minutes. These are those little caraway storage containers. Love them because we won't eat all of that right now, but it'll already be in a little container to store it up. Let's see. I've got an avocado. We've got toasted sesame seeds. I'm gonna make some white rice. This is from Trader Joe's. And then we've got some roasted seaweed to kind of serve with it. So let me cut the avocado while we are waiting for everything else. Ooh, look at that avocado. Ho, 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 ho. That looks pretty. Get a spoon. My cutting skills are lackluster, but there we go. We've got some avocado. Wrap this up. We've got some spicy mayo. It's full fat, like regular spicy mayo. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to put this in a bowl and thin it out a little bit with some lime juice. So we don't need as much. Because when it's thick, it's kind of a little hard to drizzle on a bowl. All right, you guys, now we have the edamame, which I am going to put a little pink salt on. Oh, oops. I think I had the cap on earlier, that's funny. So we've got the edamame. Let me open up the seeds. All right, for the last 2 minutes, I did a drizzle of honey and then a couple of sprays of olive oil on top of the salmon. We've got rice, and we're almost ready to start assembling. Look at the salmon, so much flavor. All right. Hot hands, hot. Why do I always do this with my bare hands? And we're gonna do some, you can wrap some bites with this. It's so good. You make almost like little salmon bites. You almost use this like, I don't know, like little mini tortillas. And hopefully I'm capturing this. I'm gonna water mine down a little bit more. Typical. I can add some sesame seeds to the top. Toasted sesame seeds, I might add. And a little bit of pink salt. We're gonna go eat this and we'll get a little taste test from Mike, of course. And I'll see you guys in a bit.
Hi. Let's see, it smells good.
Get some edamame in there. And with the seaweed too, you'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Oh yeah. Fire.
Try it with the seaweed. You like put some salmon like on top, you know, put some rice and salmon on top of a bite and then put the bite of seaweed in. I'm telling you, it's a surprise hit. It's just a little extra something, but it's just very good. Yeah. That's a good little bite what you got. You got a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to show you guys the nut butter. I'm not going to have it right now because I like to have it in the morning, but this is it. It's the granola butter by Oat House in the vanilla flavor. It literally, I don't know what it is about it, but it tastes and smells. Oh, it even smells like a donut. So good. And I'm going to show you what to put it on as I make my popcorn because a girl is a creature of habit. But this from Legendary with a tablespoon of this drizzled on top. This does have a little bit of icing on it, but this on top, next level. Next level. Better than the Legendary donuts. I think I might have already showed this to you, that nut butter to you guys. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I think it's in my vlog. I get confused as to what I show on my vlog versus here. And if you guys have not caught one of my vlog's a little more, it's food, some food stuff, but it's also more just like day in the life type stuff. I share more of like fashion, makeup, stuff like that. And I do put out a vlog once a week as well. So maybe I'll catch you guys on a vlog. Vlogs usually go up Thursdays. These videos go up Tuesdays. I went for a walk. I have plenty of salmon. I was looking at how much salmon we have left for like 2 more days. Mike loved the salmon bowl, so he's like, let's do a salmon bowl again tomorrow, and then we'll probably do the salmon tacos. So we're going to salmon it up this week. And that's kind of it. I'm going to have some popcorn. I have plenty of protein today. I calculated my protein was like 130 grams. You know, I can't go without my Tony Chocolonely. It's like an addiction for me is there until it's not. And I just ride it. You know, I just ride the wave. And I had 130 grams of protein already today. So when I hit my protein goal like that, you know what we do? We reward ourselves with some chocolate. When I used to have a cycle many moons ago, gosh, I don't miss my cycle. Let me tell you that. I used to crave chocolate a lot during my cycle. I remember I have clients they'll tell me like, what do I do? I'm craving chocolate. I'm like, well, have a little piece of chocolate. It's not going to kill you. A piece of chocolate. As you can see, this bar will last for like a week. 5 days. For those of you who are still here, the question is, are you a meal, or do you think you'd enjoy macro tracking better, meal planning better, meal prepping better? Like, what do you think you're going to try, or that you try and currently do, that you enjoy, that you think you can do for a long time? Because that's the key, is when you're doing something to make a change, in order to really see significant results, you're going to have to be willing to do it for a significant period of time. So if you are absolutely struggling with the process, maybe try one of those other methods that, we talked about today. Because remember, there is not just one answer for everybody. Like I said, my clients, they do all kinds of different methods, and we don't stop until we find something that works for them. We try lots of different things. So thank you guys so much. Excuse me, as I'm chomping on the popcorn. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. I've got my cream on now. I've got my popcorn. I've got my chocolate. And we're going to call it a night and watch some Bravo and just have ourselves a cozy little evening. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.